During the interaction with digital tools, the learners leave behind many digital traces. There are traces they leave without effort. For example, by accessing a service or a server, they leave a trace of their connection to that service. There are also the traces left voluntarily that demands some effort, by writing, leaving comments, or rating, for example. There are also the traces associated with performance and the results in activities present in the digital learning environment. These whole sets of traces generate data that can be analysed by artificial intelligence technologies. The question we can then ask ourselves is, how is it possible to analyse this dataset of digital traces to help pupils during their learning and teachers in their pedagogy? If we look at sports training, we can model information about the activity duration, the sleep hours or recovery hours. Other traces are much more precise and can capture the so-called biological signals, including the athlete's emotions. In the context of sport, the traces make it possible, for example, to fine-tune the athlete's training routine or to provide better shoes. What if we dare to imagine similar tools that rely on artificial intelligence to analyse digital traces, but in the educational context? We can provide the pupils with very powerful tools that will help them to make a self-assessment about their current status in comparison to their objective competencies and behaviour in relation to the mistakes they may have made, but also in relation to the achieved successes. It is also possible to provide them with other useful information using predictive models. We can, for instance, offer them additional personalised resources that will help them to enhance their chances to succeed on their learning path. From the teacher's perspective, we can ask, how can the available learning traces be used to help teachers to adapt their teaching strategies and pedagogy? By using a tool, such as a dashboard, the analysis and visualisation of students' behaviour can allow teachers to better understand the status of a pupil or a group of pupils at a given moment or over time, and eventually to offer recommendations of actions and resources to support teachers' decision. These recommendations can be associated with explanations to enable teachers to decide whether or not to exploit them. Finally, can all these insights provided by AI tools also enable the institution to organise itself better, to renew itself, and to no longer have these corridors so well defined, but paths that are more undulating, a little more complex, and even, above all, much more personalised?